Okay guys, so here it is. It's cold outside. Even though it's sunny, it looks beautiful. It's in the 50, well, I think it's 60 something now, but it's cold for me. And so I'm layered up. But this is the big announcement that those of you guys that have been following me, I've been saying I've got a surprise. So it's new year, new gear. So here we go. It's another 7, and I told you how much I like 7, and I mean, I fell in love with them when I built up that first bike, my single speed, my 7 Sola SLX. And well, that bike, it was warranted. It actually cracked right underneath the head tube right here, and it even cracked my headset inside. So I think that rigid fork and the way I ride single speed was just too much for that frame. But 7 stands behind the product, and they warranted it, and I could have just replaced it with the same exact frame. They were just going to put a larger diameter top tube and a larger diameter head tube, I think, or something like that. But I thought, why not get another gravel, and make this monster gravel or adventure gravel bike. And my thinking there is, just like my mountain bikes, there's different, types of mountain bikes you can get between cross country and enduro and everything like that. I thought my other gravel bike, which is also an Evergreen, this is an Evergreen, is more of an all-road the way I have it. And actually, these are the tires and wheels from the other gravel bike, but I switch them back and forth. So this is how I built it up. The frame is from 7, the fork is from Envy. Obviously, the stem is actually, this is a mountain stem because I wanted it real short, and but it looks proper on there as far as I'm concerned. And these are my old handlebars. These are the Salsa cow chippers or wood chippers. I can't remember exactly, some kind of chippers, but they're pretty wide flared. I didn't really like them on my other 7, just because the way the other 7 was it stretched me out too much. This one, they knew this is the bars I was going to use when I had it designed. Well, even the other one, but I don't know. It's plus I kept a lot of spacers in there, so I got a taller stack height like that. So that helps out a little bit, but we'll see how they feel. I really like the new Ritchie bars, but I had these in my garage. I tried to use stuff I had. This is the saddle that was off my 7 Sola SLX, and I'm not even sure if I really like that. I mean, on my single speed, you're just not seated that much. Here I'm seated a lot, so we'll see how that is. But here's a little bonus. If you take a look, and well, you kind of got a hint of what it was right here, but if you take a look, so it's a dropper post, and this is my first impression. This is my shakeout ride. I've only rode it 10 miles, and going from a regular mountain bike dropper post to this, it really seems insignificant. So I'm not sure if that was how I'll feel about that later on, but at least it has the dropper post routing and everything like that. So if I wanted to change to another dropper post that was longer later on, I could do that. So and they put these bosses pretty far down, so I could easily do another dropper post. I don't think they go inside that much. So anyway, but I went all out with this build. I had some help with my friends. The GRX group was actually thanks to my friend Chris, and he hooked me up because he wanted to go to the 12-speed stuff, so I got his 11-speed stuff. It's a 1x11, which you guys know how I feel about 1x on an all-road, or the way my other gravel is, but I kept it as a 2x. This is going to be intended more for just climbing up, dirt and gravel. and that's why I don't really think of a 2x is going to be, it's not really made for my long distance. But I will be I'll do a century on it for sure. But if you notice this wolf tooth, and then I got the spider in there so I could do this wolf tooth and get a 44 instead of the 42 that everybody uses, just to give a little bit more high-end gear. The wheel set, you guys have seen the wheel set before. This is my custom wheel set. I had Wheel Builder build me up, and with the King hubs and the Explorer 101, Zip Explorer 101 carbon rims, and those feel really compliant, especially with these Rene Hurst tires. The Rene Hurst tires, I mean, here's a tip: if you guys really want a good tire, I would say move up to, this is the regular, I would say move up to the Endurance or the Super Endurance and go a little bit wider, and then you don't have to worry about this on gravel roads as much. I would be a little bit hesitant on rough terrain with this thin of casing, but I do have cush core in the front. I don't think I have cush core in the back. And you're thinking that seems kind of opposite. Well, I'm pushing down more on the front, and the front is where I'm taking the you know, kind of the jolt. The back end I can kind of lighten up and lift off. I don't know, it seemed to make sense to have the cush core in the front, but I'll probably be putting cush core front and back. GRX group, I already showed you that, the complete group this time. It's not mixed up with my Hope stuff. It's GRX brakes too. And I do have other rotors, and I'll probably switch out those Hope rotors to my other rotors. And a surprise will come later on with the new wheel set, but this water bottle should give you a hint. And but this is just a shakeout ride, you guys, and there it is. I don't know what else to say about it. It feels great. It's super stiff. I'll tell you what, if you've never rode a T47 bottom bracket, it's like night and day compared to regular bottom brackets. You do feel the stiffness in your drivetrain with the T47. So if you have an opportunity to get a frame that has a T47, and you want something that's gonna, you know, get up and go when you get out of the saddle, get a T47. I mean, there is something to be said about that. And other than that, I think that's pretty much it. I mean, Seven Evergreen, they did this custom. Seven did this custom paint job for me. That was from their other from one of their other frames, and I asked them, hey, can you do it on the Evergreen? They said, sure, why not? So that's what I did. And then I got the Chris King headset to match it. I thought that matched up pretty nicely, and that's why it kind of blends in there. I like the way it blends in. And this was just left over. That was actually going to be the seat post clamp for my single speed, but I had it laying around. I have the 7.1 too. I might put the 7.1 back on there, but I just put that on there for now. Anyway, there it is, you guys. And if you have any questions, just let me know. But thanks for watching. Thanks for waiting. I got the bag open up because I'm sitting here having a snack. And I might get another Rockgeist custom bag, but this time I'm going to have them where it's not going to have the water bottle cage here, and it's just going to go all the way back, since I do have a water bottle cage mount. And this is one of the main reasons I wanted to get a new gravel bike. I wanted the internal routing. I know a lot of people scoff at the internal routing, but I like the internal routing on a gravel bike. I just feel it has its place. My other Evergreen has external, and I just feel like with the external and the way you want to ride a gravel bike, you don't really want to have all that cable exposed. And I mean, even that other one has stoppers, so that it's bare cable there. So I don't really like that fact, the way they did the other one with stoppers. And if I had regular housing and gravel and external routing, I would probably do full housing. I wouldn't do the stoppers, but that's just me. So there you go. The pedals, these were pedals I had left over. I'll be switching over back and forth with my Garmin Rally XE pedals, because I do like to have the power, but I wanted to get it out here and do a shakeout ride, so I didn't switch the pedals yet. But there it is, guys. Tell me what you think. And like I said, I like Ty. I really like 7. And I know that this frame was made for me. It's not overbuilt. It's not made for somebody that weighs 50 or 100 pounds more than me. It's made just for my weight, for my height, for everything. These are 170 cranks. I didn't go 165 or 160. I just didn't feel the need. And I'm going to make another video about this whole thing about fitting the cranks to your bike fit, because I think we need to address that. Because even if you guys remember, when they first came out with 29ers, they were saying 29ers were too big of wheels for short people, and they were making smaller frames with 275, right? But they did make smaller frames with 26. So I just don't get it. If you're going to make a smaller frame for someone and spec it with a 275 wheel, why wouldn't you make an even smaller frame with a 26-inch wheel, or a 24-inch wheel for that matter? So that's going to be my initial thoughts on that next video, where I talk about unnecessarily going shorter cranks if you're not having issues with your fit. So there we go, guys. I'm going to go out and do some more miles. I got this this mount up here for where my Garmin goes. There's a mount there for the GoPro. I'll put the GoPro up there. But thanks for watching, guys, and I'll talk to you later.